Secretary General Patricia Scotland KC, welcome to #EVAW.
Thank you so much. It's good to be back, Jeremy, and talking with you at this really important time of the year.
The first question I'd like to ask you is, could you tell us about yourself and your journey to becoming the Secretary General of the Commonwealth?
Well, I became Secretary General of the Commonwealth in 2016, and I'm the 6th Secretary General, but the first woman to hold that post. And it's strange, really, because for so many areas, I seem to have been the first. I was the first Black woman to become Her Majesty's Queen's Counsel, the first to be Attorney General since 1315, so more than 700 years. But really, the desire I had was to serve, and particularly in relation to those who are vulnerable and those who are in need of help and succor. So domestic violence and violence against women and girls has been something that I've devoted my whole career to. When I became a barrister at 21, it was one of the areas in which I worked. And so becoming Secretary General has meant that we have been able to weave the issues in relation to women, the enabling women to achieve their real potential, has been something which has been key to everything I've done throughout my whole career. So it's good that now I'm Secretary General, we've been able to mainstream that in all our programme.
Secretary General, why is the day for the elimination of violence against women so important to you?
Well, I think it's because I have made the elimination of domestic violence and sexual violence against women one of the campaigns of my life. And we know that if we come together, we can make a difference. This is something which affects 1 in 3 women a year. And we know that this is not just one country, it's across the globe. And that's a desperately sad and horrifying figure. If you think of every 3rd woman you know and thinking she could be subject to this violence, and violence of this sort is so disabling. It is costing us, according to those making assessment, about 1.5 trillion a year in terms of economic loss. But it's not just loss of money. It's the damage it does to families, to children, to men and to women. And so we have absolutely committed ourselves to its eradication. You remember that before I became Secretary General, I created the foundation to eliminate violence against women and girls. And this is something we've continued. And in the Commonwealth, we've launched the Commonwealth Says No More campaign with the No More Foundation. And we want to eradicate this violence from every single corner of the world, but particularly in the 56 countries who make up our Commonwealth, who represent about 2.7 billion people, 60% of whom are under the age of 30. So it's vitally important to everything we do.
Could you now tell us about what the Commonwealth is doing to support the issue of the elimination of violence against women?
Well, the initiatives go far beyond the issues simply of domestic violence, because we know that women are overrepresented in every sphere where there is dysfunction. Tragically, when climate crises happen, when disasters happen, we find that women are disproportionately affected. When a disaster happens, now I'm being told that people are frightened of putting women in the refugee shelters because of violence against women. So we've been looking at climate, we've been looking at debt, we've been looking at their ability to work, we've been looking at every sphere. And what we're finding is that women are always disadvantaged. And that's something we have to change, because women are half of our world. And if we want to really be a just society, a fair society, an equal society, then we have to make sure that women have an equal share in all of those opportunities. It's fantastic when you see what women have done recently. It was a group of women who were responsible for putting another place on the right side of the moon. Women were instrumental in bringing together the science in order to help us combat COVID-19. Women have been instrumental in changing so much in terms of peace and negotiations. And so if we don't have women at the table, sharing responsibility, sharing leadership, then we're never going to get all of the solutions which are possible for our world. And violence against women is one of the most disabling things to enable brilliant women to really commit and do their best. So this is an issue which is of fundamental importance in everything we're doing in the Commonwealth, whether it's climate, trade, young people, education, health, all these issues. Fundamentally important that we have women at the forefront, sharing responsibility, but also not being left behind.
Finally, if people would like more information about what the Commonwealth is doing to eliminate violence against women, where do they go?
Please go on our website, which is thecommonwealth.org, and also please go and look at the work we're doing on Commonwealth Says No More. We have a No More initiative in almost all our Commonwealth countries, and this is a whole cycle. It means we need everybody to be involved. We need families, friends, organizations, foundations, businesses, local government, central government. Every organization can be part of this fight. And it's a fight we can win if we all work together.
Secretary General Patricia Scotland KC, thank you for joining #EVAW.
Thank you very much, Jeremy. See you soon.